Kira, my name is Stefanie Zollmann, and today I'm presenting our work, our joint work with Tommy Hasselmann, Wai-Hong Lo, Tobias Langlotz, and myself on ARephotography. So in this work, we explore the concept of ARephotography, which means that we are interested in mapping historic photographs onto the view of the real world. So as we can see here, we have like an historic building, a clock tower, and we basically overlay this onto the current scene of this location. In order to do this, we have to compute like a representation of this historic photograph. And the challenge here is that we can only work with a single input image, so that we have no additional information in order to do like a 3D reconstruction. So in order to make this work, we're basically applying computer vision and machine learning techniques to go from an input image, a single input image, then cleaning it, extracting the actual historic photograph or the historic building, and then creating a 3D model that can be overlaid onto into an augmented reality view. And the result of this is shown in this example here. So as you can see here, we have basically a 3D overlay of the historic building, and it's overlaid onto the real world view of the user. We then also implemented a couple of different options in order to explore this concept a bit more in detail and compare different conditions. So one option is just using like a 2D tracked photograph. We basically just try to align or stick the historic photograph onto the building of interest. And as you can see here, it's still moving with the building, but it's not really well aligned. The other option that you use for comparison is a 2D static photograph. And in this example, basically the overlay is always in the center of the screen. So it's not really tracked to the building, and it's basically just staying in the center of the screen. We then use these three conditions, so our ARephotography pipeline and the 2D tracked building and the 2D static building in a preliminary user study where we were interested in comparing these kind of conditions and investigating if the users judge the quality and also the alignment better for the 3D tracked object, which is basically our ARephotography building. And in our user study, we found that there's a significant difference in the perceived quality and also in the alignment. With this, I would like to conclude my talk on ARephotography.